the historic Municipal Auditorium in downtown Kansas City, Missouri, a building that's seen its share of basketball games as it opened up in the summer of 1936. Tonight, CSTV is proud to present the 68th annual Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball National Championship game for 2005 as unseeded John Brown University out of Arkansas takes on the 9th seed Azusa Pacific out of California. Hi everybody, Kevin White with you here on College Sports Television. Well, we started last Wednesday with 32 teams from 16 different states. Tonight, in less than a week, we are down to 2 as we take a look at what happened in the semifinals, a high-scoring affair, and a win for Azusa Pacific over the 4th seed Robert Morris to advance to their first ever championship game. And John Brown rallying the second half to oust Carroll to go to their first ever championship game. Joining him on the broadcast, we've got Paul Splittorf and Paul. Guard play going to be crucial tonight. And JBU's Brandon Cole, nobody playing better in this tournament than this guy.
Oh, guard play really huge, and we got a couple great headliners tonight. You mentioned Brandon Cole really getting it done for John Brown University. Terrific outside shooter. In fact, about 70% of his shots are just like that, 3-pointers. He shoots a lot. He needs to light it up here this evening. Has been in this tournament, averaging about 21 points per outing. On the other end of the floor, let's take a look at the point guard play for Azusa Pacific. Larry English, terrific here last night. Showed his ball handling skills and his quickness against a very good defensive team. He can score. He averages in double figures, but most importantly, he needs to set the offense, distribute the basketball among a very balanced team, especially a strong front court for Azusa Pacific.
It's John Brown University out of the Sooner Athletic Conference taking on Azusa Pacific University out of the Golden State Athletic Conference. The big trophy on the line. It's coming up next on CSTV. Good crowd in attendance here in downtown Kansas City's Municipal Auditorium. The championship game for 2005 in men's NAIA Division I basketball. Lineups being introduced as we introduce you to the coaches. John Sheehy in his 16th year, all-time winningest coach in school history. Approaching 300 wins for him. And Bill Odell in his 14th season at APU, and his winning percentage at just over 80% is the highest of any active coach with 10 years of experience. Roy Williams of North Carolina running second. And this man, 62 years old, looking for his first ever national crown. Let's take a look at your starting lineups in this matchup. For JBU, John Brown University with a record of 23-11. They've got Brandon Cole and Alex Terry in the backcourt. A front line of Smits, DeGracia, and Woodson. For Azusa Pacific, their record is 29-9. They are the 9th seed. A backcourt of English and Dillon. And a front line of Hornbuckle, a very promising freshman, Soderberg, and Prather. Let's take a look at how John Brown made it to the championship game for the first ever time in their school's history. Take a look at the win over Union, Tennessee. They were the 7th seed. Then they won a close one against Louisiana State Shreveport, and then the big one by 2 over Biola. And then in the semifinals, ousted Carroll, Montana, 73-60. They were an at-large qualifier and really needed to win their last 5 to get into this tournament. On the other side, for Azusa Pacific, boy, if they had some major games here in the NAIA tournament for this year as you take a look at Houston Baptist in round 1, but maybe the game of the tournament thus far in the second round against Oklahoma Christian out of the Sooner Athletic Conference, 100-93 in triple overtime. Then they beat Mountain State, the number 1 seed and the defending national champions, 82-66. And then Robert Morris last night in the semifinals, 96-88. Getting ready to go, your officials, Kelly Groom, Brent Dugas, and Kenneth Turner. Azusa, the home team in white. And in the royal blue, JBU. It'll be Azusa Pacific to run the first set.
Kevin, it might be a battle of tempo here tonight. Azusa Pacific averages over 90 points per ball game in this tournament, among the leaders in this tournament, and just 57 points given up per game by John Brown University. They like to get it done on the defensive end, so John Brown probably wants to go half-court style. Azusa Pacific would want to run the score up a little bit.
Soderberg, the big guy on the inside with the baseline turnaround, good.
Now that's one area that John Brown's simply going to have to match up. When you look at Soderberg and Prather inside, terrific balance. They've also got Spencer Foster coming off the bench, strong up front. Couple ways to handle it. Either pressure the guards or pack it back in, so it's tough to find those post players.
Brandon Cole, top scorer in the tournament, has 84 points coming in. This is De Gracia misfiring, and Prather has the rebound for APU. The Cougars in the Golden State Athletic Conference, the winningest program in that conference's history.
We're going to see a lot of man-to-man defense out of both these schools. They don't gamble a whole lot defensively, just strong, solid defensive position. Seal off your man, keep him on the outside, block out inside, one shot and out on the defensive end. Both teams play identically the same man-to-man pressure.
Nice block by Terry, but it goes right into the hands of Soderberg with the left-hand hook, spinning in. Lance Soderberg off to a 2-for-2 start, as he is a 6'9" junior center out of Lake Elsinore, California.
Just a couple seniors on this Azusa Pacific team. Most of these people are going to be back next year. Soderberg, you talk about him. Solid all the way around. Has already shown us a nice touch here this evening. He can turn to either left shoulder or right shoulder. Big guys are very agile for Azusa Pacific.
Pat Smith, too strong. Smitty, as they call him. Strong with that three-point try. Give it back to Azusa Pacific, off to a very good start. And as you mentioned, Paul, yeah, this was a team that's exceeded expectations. It's a very young team with all the sophomores and freshmen starting, but these guys play well in big games, according to Bill O'Dell. Here's Soderberg. He's feeling it. The guy can't get the three home, and Ray De Gracia from Cologne, Panama, gives it back to JBU.
De Gracia probably going to be the best athlete that we see out here tonight. 6'8", long, lean, athletic. There's the quickness to the glass. John Brown looking a little tight here early on. Now you figure that wouldn't be the case because these guys have been in town for a week. The 4 games already underneath their belt. All kinds of success. Well, right now you don't worry about anxiety so much. You talk about fatigue. Will the legs hold on for another 40 minutes of basketball?
Hornbuckle the kick out to Josh Dillon. Now high post to Soderberg, who has all the points in the ball game. And you talk to the coaches and shoot around today. They're kind of in it numb, you know. See if we got anything left in our legs tonight. Here's Larry English with a scoop try. No. And De Gracia gives it back to JBU. Here's Terry down the right half. Little stop and go move. Nice move to the basket and finish. Alex Terry, the 6'1" junior guard, as the Golden Eagles of Arkansas's John Brown University on the board.
John Brown just 10-8 in league play, but 5 of their 6 conference losses came with that guy, Alex Terry, out with a foot injury. You lose your point guard, you lose so much overall in your basketball team. Can handle the team, but good quicks on that drive to the basket.
Smith's the baseline pull-up. No. Woodson, no. And the loose ball grabbed by a guy that's having a great tournament rebounding. That's Josh Dillon. He's averaging nearly 7 rebounds in the tournament. His season average only 3. He's only 5'11".
Woodson had a great look at the basket from right next to the front edge of the rim. Needs to make that shot. Doesn't score a whole lot. He's a big body, sets a lot of strong picks. He defends well and he rebounds. But get a cripple like that, you need to get it down, especially if you come off to a slow start offensively. But that's what he does well. Big body working inside against taller people here tonight.
Alex Terry with the hustle. Can't finish, and players collide, and somebody got hit in the face. Terry got hit in the face. Soderberg got hit in the face.
I think we got some incidental contact here, Kevin. You're going to see the guys battling for the ball. Again, there's Terry on the drive, contested by Larry English. And then as that ball comes loose, you're going to have Azusa Pacific. There's the rake across the eye, and then the elbow just spinning out of there as Lance Soderberg tried to spin away from that rebound. Ball came loose because of a possible injury to both players. Official can step in there and take the timeout if he's concerned about the health of the athletes. Loose ball, nobody really had an advantage there. Nobody lost advantage with that thing loose.
Well, last night we saw Spencer Foster, their money man off the bench, get elbowed in the mouth and got some teeth loosened. Now tonight, Lance Soderberg down as he took looked like a finger to the eye. There you take a look at Spencer Foster. His lips a little bit full there, but he says he's going to go. He's going to wear a mouth guard tonight.
Got a mouth guard on the inside. He's got tape on the outside, and pretty puffy there with that lower lip. But he's ready to go. National championship game. Averages about 10.5 points per game. He was going to play quite a bit anyhow. Right now, you have to hope that Soderberg's going to be okay. The junior in California. And off to a good start for Azusa Pacific.
Well, Split, this is the 7th meeting between these schools dating back to the 60s. 1967 was the first meeting, and John Brown has had the upper hand, winning 5 of 6, including the last meeting in the 2003 NAIA tournament. Azusa with a 7th seed. John Brown was making their first appearance, and they shocked him 70-67. So John Brown has had the upper hand, but Azusa is the higher seed, the 9th seed coming in, a team that was preseason rated number 3, finished 8th in the final poll. As the fans now give a nice round of applause for Lance Soderberg, who's up on his feet, headed back toward the bench.
Both these teams very familiar with tournament play. 10 consecutive years for Azusa Pacific, and the last 3 years for John Brown University. 2003, their first tournament appearance. They've been here every year since.
So Spencer Foster will check in off the Azusa bench. 2-point ball game. The lead in the basketball to the Cougars. APU out of Azusa, California. About 26 miles northeast of Los Angeles.
Azusa Pacific, a 3-out, 2-in look, run a motion offense like a lot of the motion offenses. A lot of the action away from the basketball. You want to see the picks and the cuts. It'll be far side of the ball. Ball's on the wing one side or the other quite a bit as they set their offense.
And we've got a foul, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. 15.5 to go in your ball game. The national championship on CSTV. Back in Kansas City for the Buffalo Fun's NAIA Men's Division I National Basketball Championship. Early on 4-2 Azusa Pacific. Hey, Thursday at 5, talk basketball with the CSTV Hoops teams, as well as some special guests on the One College Sports Show. Tourney Talk. Simply call 1-877-GO-TO-CSTV beginning at 5 Eastern if you'd like to be part of the show. The One College Sports Show. Tourney Talk tomorrow. That's 5 p.m. on SCTV. Foul on Ryan Wilson sends Bryce Prather to the free throw stripe, a 6'7", 230-pound sophomore who's a 55% foul shooter.
Look at the numbers this time of year, Kevin. 50% field goal percentage, 55% free throws. Tell you he's an inside player. Gets to the line quite a bit. He gets fouled a lot.
Very active big guy. Was a standout volleyball player in his high school days. Looks 1 out of 2. 3-point edge to Azusa Pacific.
Brown also runs a 3-out, 2-in look, 3-guard offense. Balance the floor, keep your spacing, balanced offensively as well.
Brandon Cole, his first look at the ball game is a 3 miss. Inside Prather, great position, and the finish. Bryce Prather.
He's got the inside presence, loves to play with his pass to the basket, his back to the basket, good post moves. Solid all-around player on the offensive end. You put Prather and Soderberg in there together. They're both very good at that interior passing game.
And look out, this guy can heat up in a heartbeat. That's Brandon Cole. He now has 133 threes on the season. 15th of the tournament. He leads the tournament in that stat.
And very consistent with his shooting. He had a couple of games with 9 threes in throughout the course of this season.
All-time three-point shooter in school history, and the Sooner Athletic Conference. He's going to break the NAIA record before it's all said and done. But Prather is really feeling it in the inside. He now has 5 quick points.
He had 11 rebounds in the ball game yesterday against Robert Morris. 4 of those coming on the offensive end as he turned in 17 points. A good rebounder both offensively and defensively. Simply have to get a body on him, identify him, and find a way to keep him off of your defensive glass.
He's the tournament's leading rebounder, averaging 11 boards per game. Cole out front, looking for a screen. Lining De Gracia. Can't hit it. Give it back to Azusa.
The problem for John Brown here this evening is going to be the bigger front line from Azusa Pacific.
A stick back by Spencer Foster. He's a promising 6'5" sophomore. And we've got a timeout. John Brown University wants to stop the music as Azusa off to an 11-5 start and getting the running game going here.
Well, there's the running game by Larry Ingers, the drive, and then you've got Foster. What a luxury that is, having a sophomore 6'5" you mentioned coming off the bench. How about 10.6 points per ball game and about 5.5 boards per outing. They're really happy to have him back in there. It looked pretty bad last night when he got hit in the mouth. Went right to the locker room, did not reappear in the ball game. Spencer Foster.
Got checked out by a dentist in the locker room after the ball game, and Actually, the dentist gave him some good news. He said it looked a lot worse from my seat watching the game. It's really not all that bad. He got him some Vicodin, and he said it felt like his teeth clicked back into place at some point in the night. Kind of hurt quite a bit. He said, I'll wear the mouth guard, but it may affect my breathing. He has trouble breathing through his nose. So he said, if that's the problem, the mouth guard goes. I'll play for the national championship and risk the teeth.
Number 23, Adam Workman, into the ballgame for John Brown University. Energy and points off their bench, has played well in this tournament.
Very good three-point shooter is Adam Workman.
Look for him to get a touch or two here in this first possession. John Brown spends a lot of time trying to get him open.
Terry leaning up a shot, no. Workman in traffic had the rebound taken away. Prather has it back for APU.
And Prather really stepping up big with Soderberg on the bench after getting his eye scratched. Still not back in the ballgame. Had lost a contact lens, but they found it in the low paint area during that last media timeout. So hopefully for Azusa Pacific, he's back to nearly full strength. Hasn't picked up his contact lens, but still at the end of the bench.
He's got a towel over his eyes. Prather trying to push up a shot in traffic. No. Woodson got the rebound and drew the foul. Prather will be whistled for the foul, his first.
Cannot get him in foul trouble as long as Soderberg is on that bench and possibly hurt. Don't know what his status will be for the rest of the night. Nice three-man rotation with Soderberg, Prather, and Foster up front for Azusa Pacific.
There is Lance Soderberg. Got some ice over his eye. Scratched by Terry. As you take a look at another promising freshman checking in, that's Adam Greenaway. 6'1", 190-pound freshman from Castro Valley, California, Foothill High School.
John Brown does not have the depth that Azusa Pacific has. Azusa Pacific currently goes about 9 deep. 11 score 2 points or more per ball game, so they've got pretty good balance. But don't want people either getting hurt or getting in foul trouble when you're in the national championship game.
And these teams both have a limited rotation, about 8 or 9 deep. See a lot of these NAIA teams will play, 14, 15-man rotations. These teams keep it pretty limited.
Generally, as you get into the heavy part of your schedule, you limit that rotation. Anyhow, with the 11 and 12, it gets a little complicated.
And Larry English from downtown connects. His 10th three of the tournament, averaging 20 points per game in the tournament. The transfer from Barra College, who we saw in his freshman year. Barra Cinderella team out of Chicago, made it all the way to the Fab Four before being ousted. And then the basketball program went up in smokes, and Larry went out to the West Coast and joined Azusa as Cole, the and one. So count the basket and send him to the free throw stripe after a timeout on the floor. Larry English heating up for the Cougars as they lead it here in the first half of the national championship game on CS TV. Back in Kansas City for the 68th annual Buffalo Funds NAIA Men's Division I National Championship. 1 week ago in the Men's Division II National Championship game down in Point Lookout, Missouri, the Walsh Cavaliers and their big guy from Benton Harbor, Michigan, Robert Whaley, got it done for the national championship. Final score was 81-70. He was the player of the game and the player of the year in Division II NAIA basketball as the three-point play is completed by Brandon Cole as he has 6 in the ball game from Hector, Arkansas, 2A school, small school, only 59 kids in his graduating class. He's proven it on the big stage here. Brandon Cole, first-team NAIA All-American just named today as Prather being harassed and lost it out of bounds. Turnover, APU.
John Brown wants to use their defense to help feed their offense. Maybe get them some extra opportunities on the offensive end, getting the turnover right there. And Azusa Pacific, turnover problems last night, but maybe not as much as you would have expected against a solid defensive team. Robert Morris turned it over 17 times.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. Azusa Pacific leading 14-8. John Brown here in the 68th annual Buffalo Funds NAIA Men's Division I National Championship game. The first ever championship game for both of these coaches. Keep in mind, Azusa Pacific making their 4th Fab Four appearance. Their 4th in the last 8 years. They were there 98, 99, 2002, and this year, this is their first run at a national championship. Of course, it's a school that's produced 24 NAIA national championship. So they're looking for number 25 tonight. Out of the timeout will be John Brown University basketball out of Siloam Springs, Arkansas.
John Brown has had some success in this tournament over the last couple years. First round wins, upset wins each of the last 2 years. That's coming into this season. Floor balance always a plus for John Brown in this tournament so far. Again, a lot of movement away from the basketball. Want to get Cole hot, and he is.
And he is heating up. That's his second three of the ball game. He's got 9. Scores.
Got that three-point shot down. It was free throws in a big ball game that he turned in late in the game in the Saturday night ball game, leading to a John Brown win. Important possession for Azusa Pacific. Feel like we're losing a little momentum right now. Crucial possession. Doing a good job of initiating their offense right there on that three-point line. That's about where you want to go. You don't want to get pushed out on the floor.
Spencer Foster from bonus distance. No. Nice rebound in traffic there by Greenaway, and he's pushed and fouled.
When John Brown plays well offensively, you're going to see Brandon Cole screens all night long trying to free him up. They'll run a lot of sets for him. Good catch and shoot guy, showing you what he does well right there.
He's only 76 away from the all-time record for NAIA Division I players, as English's shot partially blocked, and they say got a piece of his arm. Alex Terry with the foul. And 2 free throws coming up here for Larry English, the 5'9" senior guard for Azusa Pacific.
And Soderberg back on the floor for the Cougars. Good news for their club. Set a strong pick there last time down to free up English. Soderberg.
English a good foul shooter at 78%.
They got terrific numbers as a team from the free throw line. 71% of the team. They're getting bright guys there, but they got about 5 or 6 of them that are 70% or better.
1 out of 2 for Larry English. Gracia gives it back to JBU. And from downtown, Cole is torching the nets here in downtown Kansas City.
And that is a true jump shot. Elevation, not the toe-raised jumper that many times you see a catch-and-shoot guy. Doesn't take much room or time for him to trigger and let it loose.
Three in the ball game, 17 for the tournament. Here's Soderberg stepping out. The 3, no. Nice takeaway by Foster to keep it alive for the Cougars. Out front to Greenaway, and they'll reset it up.
Good hustle by Foster there. Clearing the ball, getting a hand on it, knocking it loose. Second chance opportunity for the Cougars. But their success won 12 of the last 13 conference titles.
And the turnover gives it back to JBU. And just look at how Brandon Cole frees him up for these three-point shots.
Well, he'll start this side, come all the way over. He'll pick up 2 picks along the way. Shooting it off the dribble. Great control, great elevation on that jump shot. About as pretty a release as we've seen here in Kansas City this week.
First team All-American in the NAIA. Let's get into sports ministry, involved in the youth ministry in his area. Very young man, Brandon Cole from Hector, Arkansas.
He will attract a lot of attention. And Greenaway, the freshman, on it for Azusa Pacific.
Oh, this one just pops out on him. And that was number 4 from bonus distance for Brandon Cole.
Got a nice soft touch. That shot's got a great chance to roll in. Bounces around up on the rim. Both teams continue to play the man-to-man defense. Again, pack it inside, force people to shoot over that outstretched hand. Make sure you do a good job sealing off on the glass. A lot of contact there.
And a foul on the inside. Smits with the foul call. The 6'7" senior forward from Capel, Texas.
3 seniors in the lineup for John Brown University, so more of a veteran team than Azusa Pacific.
And Spencer Foster knocks it down. This is a 2-point make for Spencer.
Well, he was limited to 13 minutes last night because of getting hit in the mouth and had the lip bloodied and the teeth knocked loose, but 12 points in those 13 minutes, 4 boards. So he gets it done. Those are productive minutes off the bench for the Cougars.
And Pat Smith answers with a 3.
Well, Well, talk about three-point shooting percentage. How about 45% for a 6'7" senior? About 2/3 of his shots are from three-point land, so he shoots a lot of them at a high rate.
And an answer at the other end is Adam Greenaway from about 22 feet that time.
Well, this is what it's supposed to be in a national championship game. It's supposed to come down to a shootout, and that's what we've got going over the last 3 or 4 minutes. Both teams now hot from the floor. There were some jitters early on. They're long gone now.
Kevin White, Paul Splittorff back at the historic Municipal Auditorium in downtown Kansas City for the NAIA Men's Division I National Championship basketball game. And see the game trackers leading scorers, and Brandon Cole leading John Sheehy's team with 12 points as they trail by 3, 20-17 with 7:46 to go in your first half. Let's go back to the last three-point make, and the freshman Greenaway, he was near the popcorn stand for that one.
Well, it doesn't score a whole lot, and three-point shots, 35% on the season, but obviously capable. Another first-year player. And Kevin, this is the time of year where, yeah, they're listed as freshmen, but they put in serious minutes, and your team goes out and plays 34 ball games. They're ready to be contributors right now. You might as well look at him and say, hey, he's a first-year player, but he's almost a sophomore. Get a better look at what they might be like next year than what they were here at the start of this season.
A big lead of 9 for the Cougars of Azusa Pacific. Trimmed down to 1. Now back up to 3. Take a look at Colton Cornfoot, who's checked in the ball game. He's a junior college transfer. Cole with it out front. Being harassed. Double team. Great look inside. Finding Ryan Woodson.
And that wasn't even the open man. The open man was on the wing far side. Double team trap, chasing Cole all over the floor. As hot as he is, he'll see a lot of that, but still finding a man open underneath. Great awareness. Not just a scorer, he handles and passes it extremely well.
And he averages 3 assists per game. Here's Soderberg posting and kicking. Cornfoot back to Soderberg. Lance jump pass inside, intercepted. De Gracia.
Gracia with those quick hands, long arms. See what he can do here.
Left it a little short, and Soderberg has it back for APU. There's Casey Myers who's checked in, a backup guard off the bench, senior guard, a very popular player on the team, just a gym rat guy. Comes in and plays hard.
Well, both their point guards are seniors. The only 2 seniors they've got on the entire roster, so they'll have to replace that position totally next season. They've got a lot of people returning.
This is Cornfoot with the post moves. Left it a little short.
How about the spacing that time down for the Cougars? It's going to be very difficult to double team on that low post. Everybody pulled up high up near the free throw line. So it's a great opportunity for one-on-one play.
Cole has 12. Cut off at the baseline. Nice defense that time of Dillon.
Azusa Pacific trying to keep fresh legs on Brandon Cole throughout the first part of this first half here tonight.
Woodson knocks it down from 12 feet out.
Good post position, showing the mid-range game right there. No points here last night, but did pick up 9 rebounds, averaging about 10 boards per turn. That's what he does best for his team, defend and rebound for the Golden Eagles.
First lead of the ball game for John Brown University. Here's Soderberg walking with the basketball. Give it back to JBU. Timeout on the floor. You're watching the NAIA Men's Division I National Championship on CS-TV. Back in Kansas City for the NAIA Men's Division I National Championship game. It's time now to announce our Heart of a Champion player, and that is Lance Soderberg of Azusa Pacific. Ouch! Got whacked right in the eye by Alex Terry. Went down, lost his contact, had to put some ice on it. Lance Soderberg, our Heart of a Champion, back in the ball game, playing hard, but I know that eye is stinging right now, Split.
And they're going to put some ice on it. Probably going to spend a lot of time over there tonight, play maybe in shorter increments for the rest of this evening. Fortunately, they got some depth at that position. Spencer Foster on the floor playing well for his club.
Now all of a sudden JBU has the lead. Let's see if they can play with the lead.
Now this is a nice comeback. Down 9 early in the ball game. Looked like they're off to a very slow start offensively. Did not panic. stayed with their game plan, played the solid defense, did a good job on the glass. Figure the offense will come along.
Terry, the baseline pop over, shot it, and a rebounding foul on the inside on Ryan Woodson, 6'8" senior. I beg your pardon. It was Woodson. Okay. Take a look at Bill O'Dell, longtime coach, also the director of athletics. APU, 5-time GSAC Coach of the Year.
Had a very physical ball game here last night. 2 fouls called on Robert Morris. He fouled out in that ball game. Tough game. See how they bounce back here this evening.
Hornbuckle shot came up a little short. And the Golden Eagles up the floor to Flash, setting up the offense. Terry, their money man, the point guard. Screen high for Cole. Good defense by Josh Dillon. Now the baseline pop. Right through there.
Well, if he's going to get his points, Azusa Pacific wants to make sure that he works hard for those points. And you talk about Josh Dillon, the sophomore out of Apple Valley, California, doing a super job defensively that time. I would say Dillon in position right now. Anything he gives him on the offensive end is going to be a plus. His top priority is go out and play sticky defense on Brandon Cole.
Foster leaning up a shot, strong off the glass. Up big and strong with the rebound. Pat Smits finding Cole.
And both teams tonight doing just what they've done throughout this tournament. Really solid defensive rebounding position. Position more important than the leaping ability. Make sure you get a body, get it on the inside. You'll control the boards. Both these teams had good rebounding games yesterday.
Oh, a little short, tipped up and in from the weak side. Reykjavik de Gracia.
Now De Gracia, that 6'8" senior out of Panama, showing us his length and quickness there, the ability to get to the glass.
All-time blocks leader in school history with those long arms. Helped him net tip in. Here's English fighting Foster, ball faking, back to English, another ball fake. The defense really getting in on the players as we've got a charge coming up on APU. Nice job of taking the charge by Pat Smits. And a 5-point lead for the Golden Eagles of John Brown University.
In basketball, sound fundamentals and a well-thought-out game plan can mean the difference between reaching your goals or falling short. The same goes for investing. The Buffalo Funds are a family of no-load mutual funds based on sound investing fundamentals designed to help you reach your long-term goals. The Buffalo Funds are proud sponsors of the 2005 NAIA Division I National Championship.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors. And they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
Back in Kansas City, John Brown leading by 5, just over 3 to play before halftime. Thursday at 7 Eastern, it's a doubleheader of action in the NCAA Division II men's semifinals on CSTV. It started with 64 teams. However, only 4 made their way to Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's the NCAA Division II men's semifinals Thursday at 7. Coverage begins 15 minutes prior to tip-off with the All-State College Basketball pregame show, all part of the NCAA basketball on CSTV.
Tournaments all over the land.
March Madness in full gear as Workman strong with the 3. ABU has it back.
John Brown would like to get a little better balance on the offensive end. Workman could be the guy that could give it to him.
The big guy with his second 3 of the ball game, Pat Smits.
Well, he led his league in three-point percentage. Pretty impressive for a 6'7" guy to be able to step out on the floor like that. Again, John Brown wants to get some balance. It can't be Brandon Cole all night long. Brandon Cole has some more fresh legs chasing him around the floor. Hornbuckle covered him last time down.
Inside Prather hooks up a shot strong. And there's Smits with the rebound.
Prather got things off to a good start in this evening's ball game for Azusa Pacific. He's been kind of silent over the last 7 or 8 minutes. Big battle on the boards. We talked about both these teams doing a good job of rebounding. Azusa Pacific plus 11 on the boards yesterday in their ball game. John Brown University plus 10 rebounding advantage over their opponent here last night.
Called the held ball. The possession arrow went to John Brown University. Their big lead of the ball game at 8.
John Brown University, 4 different players on the floor right now capable of scoring. Let's see which way they go. They've got all kinds of options. There are 2 of them getting the touches with the basketball there. Going to be very patient. Still 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Cole's had the hot hand from the outset here tonight.
Cole lost the handle, right to Smits, puts up the shot, spinning off. English, the weak side rebound.
Maybe not the way they wanted, but still a pretty decent look for a good shooter from the outside.
APU's been on a cold spell here. They need a hoop.
18-6 run over the last 6 minutes for John Brown University.
Offensive foul called on Soderberg as he threw an elbow and sent DeGracia sprawling.
Well, you're bogged down offensively. You just feel like you need to play a little stronger. You clear some room to work defense. Good position that time. Official standing right next to that play. This is Soderberg. That will make the eyes water a little bit. Take that one off the bridge of the nose.
And he's taking a towel to his face, trying to get all squared away. Young man out of Cologne, Panama. Cologne, a town of about 300,000. Started playing basketball when he was 5 years old. Plays on the national team.
Got a couple freshmen from that same town in Panama. They got a pipeline headed for John Brown here.
Joel Tessis. Adam Workman fighting Terry. Cole posting this time, now spinning off. Running through the screens.
Getting that ball out of the wing, all the action far side of the floor.
Workman with the 3. His 56th of the season, 8th for the tournament.
He started about half of their games this year, so, you know, there's a kid who's got some minutes played, still just a sophomore, but energy and points off the bench, but it's spent time in the starting lineup so far this year.
Nice answer, though, by Josh Dillon. His first field goal of the game is a 3-point make.
He was less than 20% of the season, 6 of 33, so able to get a key shot down there for Azusa Pacific.
Cole on the pull-up from the elbow. Strong. Prather has the rebound back for Azusa Pacific.
He has had to work hard for his shots over the last 2 or 3 minutes. Azusa Pacific has done a nice job with adjustments defensively to try to slow down Brandon Cole.
Spinning off, battle for the rebound underneath. APU will keep. Spencer Foster checking back in the ball game. Also Adam Greenaway as well, and Mike Hornbuckle to sit down. Azusa looking for some late offense here as the clock winding down on your first half.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and let Larry English create something.
Need to get going here, and they hand it off. Dillon at the buzzer, off the front lip. No good. Halftime score. John Brown University leading Azusa Pacific 31-23. Now let's send it to the CSTV studio in New York for a breakaway at the Fieldhouse with Michelle Beadle. Kevin White Paul Splittorff courtside, and a game of runs there. Azusa Pacific got off to the great start, then John Brown took over.
Well, kind of a tale of two halves. The red-hot start for Azusa. They're up by 9, and then Soderberg-Prather taking over. Soderberg goes out with the eye injury. Brandon Cole gets hot. All of a sudden, 8-point lead. John Brown University. Take a look at the first half highlights. Prather off to the super start. He had 5 points, 5 rebounds in the first few minutes, and Adam Greenaway came in, played just 5 minutes, hit a 3, but it was Prather continuing to work on the boards throughout that entire first half, and they were able to get the ball inside. Greenaway trying to give him a little balance, and John Brown University, Brandon Cole, check out the screens that he gets as they run sets for him all night long. Leads all scorers here at the first half. 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting from the floor. Also had a couple of assists in that first half and never left the floor. He played all 20 minutes for John Brown University. Might look for him to play the final 20 minutes of this one here tonight as well.
As far as the first half stats are concerned, look at that. No turnovers by John Brown University in a national championship first half.
Well, that's an incredible first half. Both these teams played the solid defense. Turnovers should not be a problem. A little bit more of a problem for Azusa Pacific than they would like.
Both teams very good defensively, so the shooting numbers kind of low. There you take a look at the All-Americans first half. 14 points. 3 threes and 2 assists. Junior Brandon Cole from Hector, Arkansas. And JBU will start with the basketball to start the second half for the national championship on CSTV from Kansas City, Missouri.
Nothing but man-to-man defenses the entire first half. Don't expect a lot of changes here in the second half.
Cole with a runner. Overshot it. Soderberg with the rebound. It's Soderberg, Prather, English, Dillon, and Hornbuckle on the floor in the white-clad Cougars of Azusa Pacific.
Cougars looking to run their high-low. They do it as well as anybody in the NAIA level.
Soderberg from 17, a little short. Woodson has the flat-footed rebound for JBU. They're out there with Terry, Woodson, Cole, DeGracia, and Smits.
It would be interesting to see Brandon Cole with the legs hold up here in this evening's ballgame, because the Azusa Pacific going to continue to chase him all over the floor and try to keep fresh legs on him. So John Brown's going to have to find some offensive balance. Some other people step up and look to score.
Terry fades and fires and is fouled. Some free throws coming up here for Alex Terry. It's a good point you make, Split. As Cole was kind of limping around the shoot-around this morning, a guy that's been sick the last few days, and they need his points, but man, you need somebody else like a Alex Terry or a Pat Smits to put some points in there. After the Prather foul, Alex Terry connects on the first. The man they call AT. He's school's all-time assist leader.
Well, he's having a great tournament too, averaging about 6 1/4 assists per ball game here this week in Kansas City.
4 points in the ball game. Plays high school ball at Cedar Hill, Texas, with Daniel and Jason Horton. Jason Horton, of course, plays for the Missouri Tigers, and Daniel Horton plays for the Michigan Wolverines.
Good floor bounce by Azusa Pacific, clearing out of the middle. Let the big boys go to work. Things have turned around in that first half. Azusa Pacific able to go inside early, but then the guys kind of disappeared inside. Guards didn't do a good job of getting inside. Big boys didn't make themselves available.
Transition bucket. Nice feed down the floor to DeGracia from Alex Terry.
DeGracia is the guy that can get out and run the floor, and Terry knows that. Looking ahead all the way. Good heads-up play by the point guard.
Dillon the penetration and feed to Prather, who's fouled in the play and will shoot free throws, although Ray not so sure about that call. Let's go back to the fast break bucket for JBU, Paul.
Well, if you want to get out and run the fast break, you first got to dominate the boards, and John Brown University doing a good job on the defensive end. Get the ball in the hands of your point guard. He can create it from anywhere on the floor. Terry got it done. There you go. See, I got the finish at the end.
Prather comes up empty as he shot at 14 feet for a 15-foot shot. There you see his night, 5 and 5 for Rice Prather. 6'7" sophomore out of Villa Park, California, majoring in business. Goes 0 for 2. Rebound was momentarily caught by Dillon, but here comes JBU back into their offense quicker.
Both teams looking to run when the opportunity presents itself, but both teams using their heads, playing smart basketball here tonight. They're not in a big hurry, not looking to make mistakes by trying to push too hard. Take what is there for you, and then have some faith in your offense. Pull it back out. Brandon Cole continues to work the backside of that defense. That time came across 3 picks trying to get over.
Look to Woodson, who came up short, but Soderberg couldn't hold on to the rebound. And John Brown will keep at the baseline.
And John Brown getting some breaks right now. See if they can capitalize on it.
Soderberg will check out of the lineup. Still working with that bad eye. And Spencer Foster with the bad mouth situation checks in. Got the shot in the chops last night in the Robert Morris ball game.
Foster 13 minutes, 4 points, 5 boards. First half.
Another offensive rebound. Terry to the baseline. Woodson out to Cole from bonus distance. Moves inside the arc. And they'll reset it up.
The later you get into this ball game, an extended possession like John Brown has absolutely wears down that defensive team. Not so bad here early in the first half, but the later you get in the game, tougher it becomes.
Cole with a turnaround from the baseline. He connects. He's got 16 and a big lead of 14 now for JBU.
And he's got an array of moves, a terrific jump shooter.
The All-American with the game-high point night, 16 points. And here's those array of moves you were talking about.
Well, Cole really works it on the offensive end. There's the dribble drive, then the step back. Under control. Great body control, good elevation, hand always behind the basketball. Terrific release.
Foul on John Brown University is their second team foul as Hornbuckle, the young freshman, misses the first. He's from Westlake Village, California. Highly recruited player. And misses a pair. Nothing going right now for the Cougars of APU. Terry with the dribble penetration. Can't finish. Prather in traffic with the rebound. Gives it back to the Cougars.
Cougars would like to get out and run. You get into a tough stretch like this, you'd like to have some easy baskets.
Spencer Foster from downtown connects.
He is a clutch player. Did it last night coming off the bench, the 12 points in 13 minutes. Coming off the bench here again tonight for Azusa Pacific. He can be a difference maker in a ball game, even though he's not a starter.
7 points off the bench for the sophomore Spencer Foster. His team needing a spark right now. JBU down at 1.9 in the first half has dominated the rest of the way in this ball game.
Clear out right there.
Cole into the paint and leans up a shot. Foul before the shot, says the baseline official on Dillon. Tell you what, Coach Shihai said this young man was just spent last night after the semifinals, and you can just tell this guy just lays it all on the floor. He works so hard through the screens and getting open, and he's earned this All-American status that he received today. Inside, and Woodson can't handle it.
A little too much on the pass. Woodson coming off of a pick right there, a little pick and roll. The play was there, but a little too much zip on the pass. Going to be tough to flag that one down.
And the Cougar fans getting on their feet. Azusa Pacific run here in the national championship game from Kansas City. Kevin White and Paul Splittoff on CSTV. Here's English with a tough off-balance shot. Foster tried to tip. No. Ball on the deck. Big scrum. English comes out. Can't put it up and in. But we've got a foul. And we also got a timeout on the floor with JBU leading by 11 here in Kansas City on CSTV. Back in Kansas City with John Brown leading by 11. It's time now for our Odor Eaters first half fancy feat, and that goes to Brandon Cole, the junior guard for JBU.
An active feat, not just a jump shooter. We talk about an array of moves. Well, how about a little drive on the baseline and in traffic? Creates one, an up and under move, spinning it off the glass. He's got 2 more.
Our Odor Eaters first half fancy feat to Brandon Cole of John Brown University. Foul before the timeout. We'll send Larry English to the free throw stripe to shoot 2.
English had a couple pretty good looks that time, Don, for Azusa Pacific. The thing that the Cougars have going for them is a high-scoring team. They could be trailing on the scoreboard at this stage of the ball game by 10 or more. It's kind of not far-fetched to see them coming back in this. Just need to get some continuity going on the offensive end and get some stops on the defensive end. See what they do here with their man-to-man pressure.
Cole driving the baseline. Kick out to Terry. Now back to Brandon. Hornbuckle checking him, takes him to the baseline, flips up a shot, no. Spencer Foster climbs the ladder for the rebound for APU.
You would think Cole, as a point guard, is often as much time as he has the ball in his hand. You'd think he was the guy out there creating for everybody.
Hit it ahead to De Gracia. Another nice look by Alex Terry.
If he's not on the track team, the track coach missing a great guy on campus. How can you watch him run up and down the floor like that with that kind of grace and speed and explosiveness, not have him out on the track team?
And a 3 home for Larry English, who has 9 in the game. Yeah, I could see De Gracia in the 400, don't you think?
Oh, the hurdles, anything. Just get him out there. Put him in all the events. He'll be able to hold on to a baton, doesn't he? Puts all kinds of pressure on a defenseman. You got a guy like Cole with the ball in his hands a lot, and Alex Terry, normally your point guard and assist guy.
And a tough fadeaway is home for Alex Terry.
And both those guys can score. They can both dish and create for themselves and also their teammates. Tough to defend both of them.
Back to a 10-point lead. Prather, a sweeping shot comes up short. De Gracia has the rebound for John Brown University.
Good defensive position for Ryan Woodson, the senior out of Rogers, Arkansas that time, as he took away the drive inside. Just the big, solid defensive position, forcing the shoot either over the top or around a wide body.
Cole had it taken away. Nice defense by Foster, and then the reach-in foul on Brandon Cole. His second, the team's third. A 10-point lead for JBU as Adam Workman checking in off the bench for John Brown University. Very few turnovers in this ball game for either team, really.
Pratt into the ball game, number 21 for Azusa Pacific, did not play in the first half. He's a capable scorer. He scores about just over 7 points per ball game. Started earlier this year. And now Azusa Pacific on the offensive end looking for some answers.
Foster banks too strong, and a rebounding foul coming up on Azusa Pacific.
Again, Ryan Woodson, that solid defensive rebounding position. He's got that big body at 6'8", probably 235 pounds. Strong inside. If he gets the position, he's not going to give it up easily.
Nate Pratt with the foul. 3 on the team. JBU the 10-point lead in the basketball. Steve Briggs is checked in off the bench, a backup point guard, only a freshman from Duncanville, Texas.
John Brown University, not as high scoring an outfit as Azusa Pacific, so they're in an ideal position right now. 7 minutes into this second half, 10-point lead. They can be patient on the offensive end. Need to go now. It's at 8 seconds.
Briggs from downtown, short off the front. And a nice offensive rebound by Workman, and they'll reset it up with a new shot clock.
Workman has terrific instincts, a real good feel for the game with or without the basketball. Always seems to be the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Woodson posting up, kicking out to Terry. Smith with a dribble drive cut off. Back to Woodson, the big guy roaming down the baseline. Out to Briggs. The ball fake, and then the blocking foul coming up on Azusa Pacific.
Official didn't want to call that, wanted to go incidental contact, but it did have an effect on the play. Woodson has the ball inside, pop it out on the bounce pass along the baseline. There's the pump fake. Wanted to let the contact go, but with the ball coming loose, official kind of forced to make that call.
Adam Greenaway with the foul. 4th on the team. And another whistle on a shot by Adam Workman.
And John Brown would love to get him to the line. He's an 85% free throw shooter on the season and having a good tournament.
Now on English, and Workman, another one of those small school guys. And And got the yellow shoes he purchased at the finish line. He likes the kind of exotic looking basketball shoes. He's got a pair of blue shoes with yellow stripes on it.
What do you do? Go through the dorms to find this?
He told me in the hallway. I said, you're going to stick with those yellow shoes after the semifinal game last night. He goes, oh yeah, I'm keeping the yellow shoes on.
Athletes forget the style. They're superstitious. Superstitions work.
Pratt on the inside, lost his defender, but missed the shot. And Briggs on the weak side has the rebound for John Brown University.
Azusa Pacific shooting about 38% here in the second half and getting better looks in that. They've had some close-in shots. A good one right there by Pratt. Need to start getting those down. In a situation down by 12, you got to hit the easier shots. Find yourself in a position where you got to do something to kind of turn this ball game around. Too much now in favor of the Golden Eagles.
Good ball movement. Pratt for three, short. Battle for the rebound, and Greenaway with the foul. As we have timeout on the floor as JBU continues to dominate. 43-31 on CSTV. Back in Kansas City for the NAIA Men's Division I Championship with John Brown on top. Hey, once the action on the court is done, the action at the Fieldhouse heats up. Make sure you tune to CSTV after all the day's games are complete for the NCAA March Madness highlights on CSTV. The official highlight show of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament. Our team of experts will break down the day's games as well as get you ready for tomorrow's action. It's the NCAA March Madness highlights on CSTV Thursday through Sunday.
John Brown here in the second half. Come out shooting the basketball pretty well. They extend their 8-point halftime lead out to an even dozen right now. Azusa Pacific just 2 of 10 from the floor here in the first 8 minutes of the second half. Not the kind of shooting you need to come back in a ball game against a quality team.
Terry the lead for De Gracia from the outside. Strong off the back iron. Pratt, nice rebound for Azusa Pacific.
Pratt has been solid on the defensive end with the boards. He's gotten a couple good looks on the offensive end. Hasn't been able to get anything down. There's the high-low bounce pass.
And a bumping foul on Smits trying to defend Soderberg. That's 2 on Smits. 5 on the team. As the Cougars will throw in from the baseline. Colton Cornfoot throwing in, finding Soderberg. Shots still continue not to fall for Azusa Pacific.
Doing a nice job on the glass, getting some second chance opportunities. Need to start cashing some of these in.
Cornfoot from deep, got it.
Bill O'Dell looking up and down his bench, trying to find some people that might be a possible answer. Cornfoot averages about 6.5 per ball game. Good at either posting up, range all the way out to that 3-point line.
What knee problems? Didn't think they'd have him. Now back in the national tournament, trying to bring his team back. Cole with the penetration and pull up. And we got a whistle and a foul. Looks like something away from the ball.
Brandon Cole simply knows how to get himself open. Check out the dribble action right here and a little step in. Forces the contact. He gets his shoulder ahead of the defender. So that defender is moving right there. Drop the shoulder, create the contact. You get the call every time. Defender bounces up. He steps back, has got the shot. You're either going to got the shot, you got the shot, or you got the free throws, or you may get both.
Foul actually on the ball, and 17 foul, so a 1 plus the bonus awarded to Brandon Cole. Cole has a game high 16. 76% foul shooter.
That does so many things to help his basketball team. You mentioned almost 3 assists per ball game. How about 4.5 boards? That's out of a 6'1" guard. About 21 points per game in this tournament.
Couple of hits for Cole. Lead back to 11. Greenaway with a quick fire, and he nails it. It's a 2-point make for Adam Greenaway.
Midway in the first half, this is an absolute shootout between these two teams. Maybe we get the same thing here midway in the second half.
Pull up by Cole, and he smokes it home. Brandon Cole now with a game high 21 for Coach Shihai.
Had 4 threes in the ballgame here last night. That turns into kind of an off night for what he's doing for his club here tonight.
Bounce feed inside. A good one by Cornfoot, finding Nate Pratt.
Post players know how to deliver the basketball. They really handle it well inside. Now a quick steal. Here come the Cougars.
Myers for 3. Not this time. Smits on the weak side has the rebound. Being harassed, will dribble it up.
Energy level has really picked up for Azusa. Now they've gotten a couple shots down. They've got a little momentum in the basketball game. Playing with a lot more energy now over the last minute and a half.
Cole really feeling it. This one off the front lip, no. Give it back to APU. Long feed ahead to Greenaway with a pull-up 3. Nope. Cornfoot saves it out. And Myers tracks it down near the sideline. Cornfoot from bonus distance. Oh, pinballed out on him. And the ball knocked out. It'll go over to JBU. But you got to like the intensity being shown now by the Cougars trying to get back in this ballgame.
Well, they continue to get pretty good shots, and now starting to hit a fair enough percentage that at least in their mind they feel that they can come back into this ballgame. Casey Myers has given them a couple pretty good minutes off the bench. The senior out of Thousand Oaks, California, has played well here in this half. Now they're going to get a little full court pressure. Did not do any of this last night against a quicker ball club. Getting some of it here now. Let's see how Alex Terry handles it.
Myers harassing him out front. And the whistle and the foul. He whistled on Casey Myers, the 5'10" senior guard out of Thousand Oaks. The lead been as high as 14 in the second half. It's down to 10. 1 plus the bonus awarded to Alex Terry. And then on the floor, big scramble for it. DeGracia has it, and he's tied up. And the arrow goes to Azusa Pacific.
Good play by Adam Greenaway that time from Azusa Pacific. Ball was loose on the floor. Didn't know who was going to get it. But as he dives for it, watch him get after it. He'll try to push it down to his offensive end. Push it down there. Our guy's got a better chance if we got to run for a ways, and even if we don't get it. At least John Brown going to have to go all the way to the other end of the floor to make something happen. Ball's loose. Good idea. Push it down. See if maybe you can get it cheaper.
8:44 left for your championship. Azusa trying to rally. Greenaway on the pull-up. Yes. It's a 2-point make for Adam Greenaway, who now has 7 off the bench.
I mentioned earlier the depth that Azusa Pacific has. They have a dozen different players on their team that average 2 points or more per game. And you say, now 2 points isn't too much, but at least you got some people come off the bench and can give you some points. If you haven't picked the right guy with the right hand, you might end up with double figures out of it.
Near steal by Casey Myers. And will stay with John Brown University with 19 on their shot clock. Cole putting it on the floor, pop from the baseline, shot it long. Spencer Foster with the air ball rebound.
And the defensive pressure from the Azusa Pacific might be starting to pick up on Brandon Cole a little bit. He's forced some shots recently. They're starting to hold him down a little bit better.
Cornfoot lost it. Give it back to John Brown University, leading by 8 with under 8 to go for your national title.
John Brown being very patient on the offensive end. Still at 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Workman trying to bank it. Comes up short. Cougars on the run. Great bounce feed. Myers finding Greenaway.
Well, Greenaway getting outrun on the floor. Myers, the senior, looking for him. Tough bounce pass in the open floor. Threw it right on the money.
Here comes the Cougars. Down by 6 now. Big guy putting it on the floor. They find their money man, Brandon Toll.
Once again, John Brown University going to look for some scoring bounces.
Toll coming up short on that three-pointer. Outlet, Myers to Greenaway again. And 2. And they'll call a foul and send him to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. 48-44. The Cougars are rallying here in Kansas City. We've got timeout on the floor.
speaking, Public Relations Director for the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. We are here in the magnificent $6 million Municipal Auditorium of Kansas City, Missouri tonight.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors. And they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
Back in Kansas City, where the Azusa Pacific fans are roaring as their team is clawing back. Now let's take a look at our State Farm drive of the game.
Well, you take a look at Adam Greenaway, the freshman, nailing a long one, and then the veteran leadership. Casey Myers, the lead bounce pass, getting out and running the floor. Again, it's Greenaway, the freshman, getting it done for Azusa Pacific, who has hit 6 out of their last 10 shots from the floor. They've got a nice little 13-4 run going right now.
And Adam Greenaway will go to the free throw stripe to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Cannot.
Crucial possession of the ball game for John Brown University. Desperately need to do something to change the momentum in this ball game.
And we got a foul coming up on Azusa Pacific. Kevin White, Paul Splittorff, at Kansas City's historic Municipal Auditorium for the NAIA Men's Division I National Basketball Championship game for 2005. John Brown had a big lead of 14 at one point in the second half, but Azusa has rallied down by 4 points now as the front end of the one-and-one missed. As you take a look at the attendance and the total attendance, tonight's attendance near 5,000 and approached 40,000 for the week here in Kansas City. Greenaway on fire.
Well, we talked about the depth, the potential scorers coming off the bench. You keep looking for some answers. Bill O'Dell stayed with it. Greenaway finally got the call, and he's making the most of it.
2-point ball game. Workman to try to answer, no. And an over-the-back foul coming up on Reykjavik De Gracia trying to rebound. How about the freshman, Paul?
Well, he's doing a good job. He's feeling it right now, comfortable. And they're not putting as much pressure on him as they are some of the other shooters from Azusa Pacific. Greenaway able to capitalize on it. Well, you were talking about the attendance. There were people that wanted to come out here from the LA area for this championship game. Couldn't get any tickets to Kansas City with all the spring break and the traveling going on now. It's tough to get some tickets, so there's some people that wanted to be in the house that couldn't make it. How about the 10-0 run? No points for John Brown in 3 minutes 45 seconds.
Both teams over the limit. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Lance Soderberg, a big guy that shoots him pretty well from the foul stripe at 73%. And earns the bonus. Take a look at that eye. He got scratched earlier in the ball game by Terry, and that eye is still not looking so good, but Lance fighting through it. 1 out of 2, and a 1-point lead for JBU. Under 6 to play for your national title.
Getting the time of the ball game, crucial time for John Brown University. Got to have your key people handling the basketball. They got 2 good ones. Alex Terry with it right there. Brandon Cole. They'll try to keep him active on the offensive end.
De Gracia on the inside comes up short. Foster has the rebound and is fouled. And it's foul coming up on Ray De Gracia, and Foster got the sore mouth there, but still playing through it. Take a look at the mouth guard coming out.
Well, De Gracia, with his athleticism, able to get the ball in close where he wanted, got a chance to jump over people, and compounding the mistake right there, maybe a little bit too aggressive, coming away with a foul that he didn't really need, about 90 feet from the other guy's basket. Now you end up with charity tosses for a guy who shoots them pretty well.
was a little bit quiet in here. I think you could have heard Foster say, not the mouth, not the mouth. Stay away from the mouth. Can't hit the front end, but APU keeps it alive. Cornfoot with the bank, strong fight for the rebound. Workman has it back for JBU. They lead by 1. Workman stepped out. Turnover, Golden Eagles.
Boy, and that's tough right there because that is unforced. Azusa Pacific man-to-man defense, but they're not putting a whole lot of pressure on the sidelines. They are trying to pressure the ball a little bit more.
Josh Dillon back in the Cougars lineup. And it's a Myers, Soderberg, Foster, Greenaway, who's been red hot in the second half, and Dillon. Greenaway has 10 of his 13 in the second half. Here's Soderberg posted, and a whistle. And we got a foul coming up on JBU. Looks like it's going to be on Woodson, the big guy trying to defend the post that time.
Post players not in serious foul trouble for this stage of the game.
It's only his third, 19th foul, means 1-1 for Soderberg. And he just tied the ball game.
This is a lead that John Brown did not want to give up. Consider they were up by 14 earlier in this half.
Got the shooter's roll. 49-48. Azusa has rallied, and John Shihai has seen enough. He'll take a timeout. Right now, let's go down to Jackson, Tennessee with Tom Stocker and Andrea Lloyd Curry for a recap of the women's championship game.
Well, thank you very much here in Jackson, Tennessee. A happy hometown for the Union University Lady Bulldogs, who held off a determined comeback effort by Oklahoma City University to win the 2005 national championship.
A very exciting first half, a very close first half. It was a one-point game going into halftime, but then Oklahoma City, or Union, was able to just break out. When we first started this game, Oklahoma City did just what they had to do. They got the ball inside to the NAIA Player of the Year, Sadio Sangari, but it was a different story in the second half. Union did an excellent job of running the floor, getting the ball to the hoop, and some great efforts by some individual performers. Really a whole different game in the second half. They got their three-point shooting. They got up, but you know what? Who was excellent today? Look at this girl, Stephanie Clark. She had 14 points, 16 rebounds, 8 offensive, 8 defensive rebounds, and was a trooper in there against a very, very tall and talented Oklahoma City team.
And Stephanie Clark is our Sirius Satellite Radio Player of the Game as her and her fellow Lady Bulldogs celebrate winning the national championship here in their hometown of Jackson and Ullman Arena. A big win tonight for Union University. They were the champs in '98, and they bring the trophy back home to West Tennessee here tonight. That's it from Jackson. Now let's send it back to Kansas City.
All right, thanks, Tom. 3 off the mark for Smits. Battle for the rebound, and we got a foul coming up on APU. Cole with a nice hustle rebound will go to the free throw stripe. He'll shoot 2, as that is the 10th team foul, as he was fouled by Josh Dillon.
John Brown has not gotten many second chance opportunities here tonight. Azusa Pacific now with a big advantage on the boards. 37 rebounds to 28 for John Brown. They've been able to capitalize on their rebounding advantage here in the second half.
Foul shooter is Cole. Earns a second and knocks it down.
Long season, you ask for guys to play with poise right now and make good decisions the rest of the way. This suddenly turns into a possession ball game. A big lead either side. 1 or 2 bad possessions, ill-advised shots could turn the whole ball game around.
Workman got inside position, drew the foul on Myers, and will go to the other end and shoot some more free throws. Adam Workman this time, with John Brown leading by 1. Myers with the hustle, but got whistled for the foul. Workman, another good foul shooter on this team. Both these coaches gunning for their first ever national titles. veteran coaches in Bill O'Dell and John Sheehy. 1 out of 2 for the sophomore workman.
Pacific established an advantage inside early on in the game. Another unforced turnover right here. Hurts the Cougars.
Myers protesting, though. His head coach is not.
Well, what he's going to argue is that that ball was deflected by a defender before it touched his hands. It was not just simply thrown through right there. I don't know that the ball, the spin on the ball changed. I would guess just from that replay and the slow-mo, probably not touched, but very close to it.
John Brown, the 2-point lead in the basketball as we approach 4 to play for your national title. Workman working on Dillon. Cut off.
Workman's got a height advantage if he can go ahead and post up down low. He's in there at 6'4" against a 6'1" player.
Smiths from deep. And over the glass and out of bounds. It'll be APU's ball. Back in Kansas City as we take a look at our game reset in a 2-point ball game.
Timeouts remaining. Azusa Pacific might need those 4 team fouls. Everybody in the bonus. Azusa Pacific the double bonus. Free throw line probably going to be the difference in this one. Possession arrow favors John Brown. Azusa Pacific had 5 players in double figures in last night's ball game. Just 1 here tonight. Adam Greenaway. Just 1 player in double figures for John Brown. That's Brandon Cole. He's in there with 23 points. Want patience on the offensive end. No reason to get in a big hurry now.
Soderberg came up short. Give it back to John Brown University. A good move, but Lance didn't finish. And the Golden Eagles have it back to the 2-point lead.
The stage of the ballgame where you've got to have some faith in your offense. That if you run your offense, set your screens, run the quick hard cuts, you will get good shots. Then it comes down to execution. Let the offense work for you and execute when it does.
Reach in foul on Spencer Foster. Only 3 on Spencer as Ryan Woodson, only a 50% foul shooter at the free throw stripe. Another one coming. Young man who plans to attend medical school after graduation from Rogers, Arkansas. Transfer from Colorado Mines. Goes over.
English just back into the ballgame as that media timeout concluded. Probably had his last rest of the night. He will be a key figure for the Cougars.
Dillon for 3 in the lead. No. Smits has the rebound. Take a look at the last field goal for John Brown. Middle stages of the second half.
Maybe makes it even more important to find a way to get to the free throw line.
But gets his own, goes right back up and scores. Oh, that's an all-American move right there. Brandon Cole.
Well, the important thing is he followed his shot. Getting late in the ball game. Maybe the legs are getting a little bit tired as he's starting to come up short. But he recognized it. Good instincts. Went and got his own rebound.
Woodson the rebound for JBU. Give it back to Brandon Cole. He has a game-high 25.
Got it all working right now. 4-point lead and the basketball. The clock starting to become their friend.
Smits for a dagger. He got it. The 3 is home for Pat Smits.
Well, there's that shooting percentage. Led his conference in 3-point percentage on the season. Hit a clutch shot right there.
56-49. Under 2 to play. Timeout taken on the floor. And this could be a backbreaker for Azusa Pacific.
Well, Kevin, we talked just a couple minutes ago about it's a possession ball game. Brandon Cole missing a shot but following and getting his rebound. And then Pat Smits right there. Uncontested 3, elevating, getting up over the top of the defense. Clear look at the front edge of the rim. And And how about his teammates? You think they're into this one with 1:49 left?
I have a feeling the same reaction occurred in Siloam Springs, Arkansas, in the northwest part of Arkansas. About a 4-hour drive to Kansas City. Pat Smits is a guy split. In high school, he attempted 1 3-pointer. He was the big guy. Go post up. Don't shoot threes. Now he comes in as this great percentage, and May had put his team on the winner's stand for a national championship with a 3-pointer. Pat Smits, a guy that's married, going to have a baby with his wife Sarah coming up October the 4th. A senior out of Coppell, Texas.
Has a nice touch and developed that touch in college. You talk about coaches developing people and the character to go along with it. That's what college sports is all about. Crucial possession for Azusa Pacific. Who gets the touch?
English, the shot and the foul, and a chance at the old-fashioned 3-point play. So the senior leader stepping up, Larry English on the Azusa side.
Well, also, Kevin, check out how he's going to the basket. He's going to create some contact right here. Even if this shot doesn't go in, he wants to get to the free throw line. He's a 78% free throw shooter. Got a bonus right there. He got the 2 points. Now a chance at the conventional 3-point play.
3 for 4 from the stripe. 12 in the ball game for Larry English from the Chicago area as Workman back in. John Brown University, the lead at 4. With 1:32 to play for your national championship. Now DeGracia turns to the official, Ken Turner, and wants a timeout.
Good heads-up play right there. Got to use the timeout when you're in trouble. Job one for John Brown University is get that ball in bounds and get it to your offensive end. Cannot afford turnovers here.
.56-52 here in Kansas City's Municipal Auditorium. And let's take a look at our Sirius Satellite Radio Player of the Game.
Have some candidates here tonight, both sides. But who's been hotter than Brandon Cole? Talk about fun to watch. Fun to watch his teammates set him up, try to get him open. Fun to watch him create shots. He was the difference maker in the first half when John Brown came from a 9-point deficit to jump ahead by 14 points. Trying to hold on here in the last minute and a half.
Brandon Cole, Sirius Radio Satellite Player of the Game. His tournament high is 27. He did that against Union on 5 3-pointers. A similar night, 25 and 4 3-pointers for the national title. And there you take a look at some of the fans from Siloam Springs, Arkansas. Big Brandon Cole fans. Some of the women's basketball team here cheering on the men's squad. DeGracia to throw it in, 56-52. ABU the lead.
Brandon Cole will handle the basketball a lot. 76% free throw shooter. Alex Terry just 53%. Terry touches the ball. There should be a foul from Azusa Pacific.
Myers tips it out, but it'll stay with John Brown. 24 on the shot clock to shoot. Ball to be played in from the baseline.
John Brown cannot be cautious right here. They right now have to feel like they're going to need more points to win this one. 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Smits another 3. Dancing and falling. The shooter's roll for Pat Smits.
Well, but without that soft touch, he's got no chance because that ball had a whole lot of rim.
English with a 3. Nope. Smits fighting for the rebound, and we've got a foul. And it's coming up on Myers as he pounded into the body of Pat Smits, the future daddy. I said, what would it mean to you to have your first child this year and win a national championship? He'd say, that's a pretty good year, I think.
That's a pretty good senior year for you. Azusa Pacific forced to shoot very quickly on their offensive end. It was a 3-possession ball game. They needed points. They needed quickly. Didn't have to be a 3, but they needed to find a way to get some points.
And the senior from Coppell, Texas, Pell High School has another one coming. He's a sports reporter for the student newspaper at JBU. Might be the headline in that paper. As he hits 1 out of 2, 13 points for Pat Smits, the 6'7" senior. 1 minute for your championship. The lead at 8 for John Brown.
Shots need to come quickly for the Cougars.
Spencer Foster from 24, well off the mark. John Brown basketball.
Azusa Pacific going to be desperate right now. Try to steal an inbounds pass. If you don't get it, you need an immediate foul. And you just as soon not have it be Brandon Cole. So you want to face guard him, deny him the basketball if you can.
Ball tipped out. They say it is a turnover, so it'll be APU's ball at the baseline as he knocked it off Cole's leg, I guess. Here's English with the penetration. Kick out, Hornbuckle, the freshman pull up. 14 feet short. DeGracia up tall with the rebound. And they'll foul Workman with 38.5 seconds to go. And the fans from Arkansas and Coach Shehai are starting to feel it now.
Players need to keep a level head right now. Their fans can go ahead and celebrate. They feel pretty good about their chances, but the players still have to make it happen. Got a ball game won if they just use their head and don't get careless. And it doesn't hurt if you make a few free throws along the way.
The man with the hair and the yellow shoes hits 2. The lead at 10 as we wind this one down to the national championship.
John Brown could not foul right here.
Myers sticks the 3 and the quick timeout for Azusa.
Well, remember, Azusa had the timeouts at hand just a couple minutes ago. Well, they've still got them now, so it gives them an opportunity. If they get points, go ahead and get the timeout. Gives you an opportunity to set the personnel on the floor. You're going to have defenders out there right now. Probably find a little smaller team, better defenders. Go ahead and defend first, then worry about the offensive end. Here, John Brown University, got to find a way to get the ball inbounds. They don't have any timeouts left. They're going to have the full baseline to run after that made basket, so go ahead and take advantage of that. And whoever is going to be receiving that pass, you want to be going towards that guy on the out of bounds who's passing it in. It cuts down the angle and the chances for an interception.
Let's take a look at our All-State Good Hands play of the game. And Pat Smits with the soft touch and the 3 dropping in for his 4th 3 of the ball game. Our All-State Good Hands play of the game. Gracia to inbound it to Terry, and he's fouled. And Terry is, as Paul mentioned, one of their worst foul shooters.
They were looking long that time. They had Brandon Cole flashing down the floor, but the deep ball was not there. So rather than make a careless pass and an ill-advised pass, get it inbounds and at least give himself a shot at the free throw line.
Terry only at 53%, strong off the back iron. AT give his team an 8-point lead with 25.8 to go in your national championship. It's 1 out of 2. English the drive, the scoop, spinning off Workman with the rebound, and they'll quickly foul him. 17 seconds to go. The smile starting to pierce the faces of the John Brown University Golden Eagles. Adam Workman, a man from Cedarville, Arkansas, had 49 students in his graduating class. A small town player like Brandon Cole, and once scored 57 in a high school game. Lead at 10 as we wind this one down. Myers with a tough shot. Workman another rebound. And Cole will run it across. Not going to foul as Cole going to throw it down the court, and the ball game is over. John Brown University out of Sutherland Springs, Arkansas, your 2005 NAIA Men's Division I National Champions. And we are back to Kansas City to put a wrap on this championship for the guys from Arkansas after this timeout on CSTV.
Dear Lord, thank you so much for all the talents and abilities that you bless us with. And thank you so much for the chance to play this game. And we just give all the glory to you, Lord. We just give all the glory for all our abilities. Thank you so much in your name. I need a second.
And now the presentation of the Chuck Taylor Memorial Award to be presented to the most valuable player in the tournament. This award is named after the late Chuck Taylor of the Converse Company and a member of the NAIA Hall of Fame. Presenting the award will be John Kornitzer, President and CIO of Buffalo Funds. In addition to the trophy this player will receive, Buffalo Funds, the tournament title sponsor, has graciously offered to donate a $1,000 scholarship to the honoree school in his name. The tournament most valuable player, Brandon Cole of John Brown University.
All right, thanks, guys. Welcome back to Municipal Auditorium here in downtown Kansas City. A national champion decided in NAIA Men's Division I basketball. And John Brown University out of Arkansas in a seesaw battle takes it 65-55 over Azusa Pacific, and it was their All-American who led them.
Well, led them, but didn't lead them early on in the ballgame. John Brown was in position to get blown out of this thing. They were down by 9 points midway in that first half. That was when Brandon Cole went to work. I mean, an array of moves for him. His team spends a lot of time setting picks and running sets for him to get him open. He also has the ability to get open himself. Nice feathery touch right there, but it wasn't just shots going in. Heads-up play by Brandon Cole right there as he powers his own. That was at the time when John Brown was really struggling offensively. But Pat Smith, the senior coming off the bench, scored 13 points and 4 threes, and 3 of them coming late in that ballgame. He actually hits the game winner. So John Brown University, they had been in this tournament the last few years and won first-round games, found themselves in the championship game here tonight and walk out with the trophy.
Congratulations to them. They finished with a record of 24-11 out of the Sooner Athletic Conference. A big party in Siloam Springs, Arkansas tonight for John Brown University, national champions. Congratulations to them. Now back to the studios.